Okay, so taking up these questions from the previous homework. Tickets for this year's major drama production cost $8 for adults and $6 for students. Last night's shows earned $2,200. So if I were to write a equation for this, I'm going to write my let statement first. Let A represent number of adult tickets. And let S represent number of student tickets. Makes sense to me? Alright, those two dots means just like diddle. Alright, so then for the first equation, I'm going to have 8A plus 6S. And in total, I'm going to earn $2,200. So this is my equation. Rearrange your relationship to isolate the variable representing the number of adult tickets. So they want you to isolate A. So A equal. Set the equation to A equals. So move everything else to the other side. So move this over. Since it's plus 6S, when I move it over, it's going to become minus 6S. So 8A equals minus 6S plus, 2,200. And then last thing, move the 8 by dividing. So divide everything by 8. So my equation for B, so this is part A. So part B, my equation would be A equal negative 6S plus 2,200 divided by 8. Okay. Will I get full marks for this answer? No, why not? Yeah.
Because you can simplify it further, like 2,200 divided by 8.
Yeah, I can reduce this. So if on the test, if you can reduce, make sure you reduce. Reduce your fractions. I was just marking my grade 9 tests this morning, and a lot of them lost half a mark because they didn't reduce. So 2,200 divided by 8 is 275. And then here, I can 6 over 8 is the same as negative 3 over 4. I can divide both numbers by 2. So 6 over 8 is the same as 3 over 4. And then 2,200 divided by 8 is 275. Okay. Part C. If no student tickets were purchased, how many adults tickets were sold? So part C, no student tickets means S is 0. In other words, it's kind of like your X and Y intercepts. So if S is 0, what do you get for A? If this is 0, that means 275 tickets. Again, units. Since it's a word problem, if you just write A equals 275, you're not going to get the full marks. Make sure you include units. In this case, it's tickets. Okay. And then last one. If 148 students purchased tickets, how many adult tickets were purchased? So if S is 148, then you're going to sub it into this formula. So A equals negative 3 over 4 times 148 plus 275. Okay. To calculate this, you will do negative 3 times 148 and then divide it by 4. And you get negative 111. Now add it to the 275. You get 164 adult tickets. Okay. So when 148 student tickets were sold, that means 164 tickets were adult tickets. Okay, any question on number 9? Okay, how many of you got number 9 correct? Good. Okay, number 10, determine the equation of the line that passes through the points. Okay, so number 10 we did a whole lot of. So I'm actually going to skip to number 11 because number 11 does the same thing. Number 11 is doing the same. So a lot of you had trouble with this one. Who has a nice voice that can read this question for us? Because I'm starting a cough, so I'm trying to save my voice a little. All of you guys have a nice voice. Samir, since your hand is up. Yeah, you were stretching, but I know you have a nice voice. Can you read the question for us? Just to read it. Yeah. Okay, how about now?
Carrie has just recorded her first CD. I would like to play for the CDs for upcoming CDs. The company's CD phone charges $159, but 100 CDs will be one CDs. Right the rate for the relationship between the members of CDs created on 12 months. Using equation to calculate the cost for 400 CDs.
Okay, thank you. See, you do have a very nice voice. All right. So for this question right here, the $159 for 100 CD. All right. I want to write this as a coordinate. Should I write it as this or should I write it as this? A or B? Should I write my coordinate like A or like B? So those who say write it like A. Those who say write it like B. Yeah, that's right. Good job. So this one right here. Why? Why does the order matter? What does the 100 represent again? And in this question? CDs, right. And the 159? Cost. The cost depends on the number of CDs. So 99% of the time, cost is always your dependent. Okay, so this is your dependent variable, which is your y. Okay, so in this case, the $159 for 100 CDs, I can write it as a coordinate like this. So in that case, what is this coordinate then? How do I write this coordinate? Let's call it point C, for example. How would I write this one? Yeah, Jay?
250, 297.
Perfect. Okay. So now the question becomes, given 2 points, find the equation of the line. It's as simple as that. Okay, so for now, don't worry about that 400. You're just given two coordinates, find the equation. So m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2, 297. Take away y1, which is 159. Over x2, which is 250. Take away x1, which is 100. So the formula for slope of a slope. Formula for slope. So 297, take away 159, you get 138. And then 250, take away 100, you get 150. Okay, I can reduce that. 138 divided by 2 is 69. Yeah, so 69 over 75. Okay. Let's see, 0.92. I think yep. Okay. I know the answer used decimals, but on your test it will say leave as fractions. Okay. So now that I have this, I can sub it into y equals mx plus b to figure out what b is, my y-intercept. Looking at these 2 points, I'm going to go with this point because it looks, the numbers are a little smaller. So I'm going to use those numbers. So y is 159, m is 69 over 75, x is 100 plus b. So when you multiply and divide, when you simplify this, 69 times 100 divided by 75, I get 92. Nice. All right, so 69 times 100 divided by 75, I get 92. So move this over to the other side by subtracting. So 159 minus 92, I get 67 for B. So I have B, I have M. Therefore, my equation, y equal 69 over 75x plus 67. Okay. And now that I have my equation, I can figure out part B, which is when x is 400. So when x is 400 CDs, I'm going to sub it into the equation. So y equals 69 over 75 times 400 plus 67. Y equals 69 times 400 divided by 75 plus 67. I get 435. Okay, what's my unit? CDs? Dollars. Good job. Right? Okay, so once you have the equation, this is the equation to set up to find out how much your cost is. And so when you buy 400 CDs, you sub it in, you will get the cost, total cost for the 400. Okay. Determine the equation of the line that is perpendicular to the line that, and as I say, okay. Okay, last one. I'll give you guys a second to copy this down. Number 12. Okay, move it down. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the last one. If you need to go back to this after, I can show it again. Okay, determine the equation of the line that is perpendicular to 6x plus 10y minus 1 equals 0, and same b as 3x plus y equals 1. Okay, so that's the question. You want to come up with a new equation that's perpendicular to this and also has the same y-intercept as this. Okay, so we want to write it in y equals mx plus b form first. So I have to move this over. Y equals mx plus b. That means only y is on the left. So I'm moving those two over. So this becomes negative 6x. And the negative 1 becomes plus 1. Okay. Next step, divide everything by 10. Put this over 10, put this over 10. So y equal negative 6 over 10x plus 1 over 10. Okay. But you can see here, I can reduce. Again, reduce, reduce, reduce. If you don't reduce, half a mark off. Okay, so I have this. Okay, so I don't want this equation. I want my new line to be perpendicular to it. So if my new line is perpendicular to this, what do I have to do with the slope? I want a perpendicular slope. Yep. Negative reciprocal. So negative reciprocal. So instead of negative 3 over 5, my slope is going to be Yeah, so positive 5/3. Good job. Oops. Okay. So we got the first part done. We found out what M is. Now to find out what B is. I want the same y-intercept as this line. So when I rearrange this by moving the 3x over, I get y equals negative 3x plus 1. Okay. I just want the y-intercept, which is this right here. My y-intercept, so B is 1. So therefore, what's my equation? What's the equation of the new line? That's perpendicular to this and same y-intercept as this. Yep. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Any question on these last few questions? Any questions on these? Okay. So yesterday I gave you guys 5 questions for homework. Alright, so I only assigned it number 1 to 5. So why don't you guys take some time now to do number 6, 7, 8, 8 and 9, and then I'll post my answers on the screen so you can check your answer. And towards the end of class, if there's any questions you want me to take up and explain, I'll be happy to do so. Okay, so right now work on 6, 7, 8, and 9, and I'll show the answers for all of these. Okay, go. Okay, so here are the answers for number 1 to 9. You can check your answers, and I'll be happy to walk around to help you if you didn't get it.